Hi, this is the Outlaw Michael Tomsick from Outlaw Sports Entertainment. I'm here live at the INBA bodybuilding contest. This is Brad, and this is Paige. Brad, I want to ask you a few questions for viewers out there. So in these competitions, what do judges look for, and how do you judge a person in a bodybuilding contest?
Okay, good question. So in bodybuilding, there's three criteria that we follow. The first one is what we call symmetry, the second is muscularity, and the third is conditioning. So the definition of these three categories, number one, symmetry, is basically what you call that classic V taper, or what we want, contrasting lines. So we like to see it nice, wide shoulders, contrasting down to a nice, small waist, and then flaring quads, or sometimes what's referred to as the X. And obviously a physique that looks like this is going to look much better than a physique that's going to look like this. And so symmetry is one of those categories where it's kind of God-given in a way. The smaller a person's God-given waistline is, a lot of times the better their physique looks, just because there's better symmetry. So that's, I guess, kind of a broad description of what symmetry might be. Okay. Muscularity, that's usually the obvious one. Muscle mass, how much muscle is on the person, how much, basically it just kind of comes down to how much time they spent in the gym. And oftentimes, the more time spent in the gym, the more muscularity there is overall. And that's usually probably the least subjective of all of them. And then finally there's conditioning, which is the leanness that the bodybuilder can portray. And that's probably one of the most elusive criteria for bodybuilding, because you want to see muscle striation. You want to see lines everywhere, almost like yucky looking lines, is kind of the kind of conditioning that you want to see on the bodybuilding stage. And that takes weeks and months and sometimes half of a year of dieting to get to that condition. And so usually the bodybuilder that can display the best of all three of those criteria is placed first on our scorecard, and then second, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And once all of our judges are compiled, obviously one at the lowest number is going to win the bodybuilding category.
Now, do different judges judge different things? So you judge one thing and another judge will judge something else?
Exactly.
Like, say you and Paige here, you judge different things.
Correct. It's all subjective, and depending on a judge's preference, I guess you might say, I may say that there's two bodybuilders that are very, very close. I might give the nod to somebody that is a little bit more conditioned, whereas Paige might give the nod to somebody that's a little bit better symmetry-wise. So yeah, it's still a subjective sport. It's all very, very based on personal preference. And so unfortunately, there's no way to get around that in a subjective sport.
Okay. So Paige, what kind of things do you look in a bodybuilder, and what do you judge people on?
Well, that's a very good discussion about exactly what we're looking for. But let me talk about the women and what we look for in some of the women's categories. So also up here, you'll see things like what we call figure. You'll see things like sports model. You'll see bikini. So we have various categories that we look for, that we judge in a bodybuilding contest. So in a bikini round, we're looking for something similar, but we're not looking for size. We'll be looking for conditioning. We'll be looking for how they present themselves on stage. One of the things I really look at is I look at confidence. How does somebody present on stage? How do they appear? How do they walk? How confident are they? So those are some of the things I really like to look at. In the women's categories, we usually don't look for as much size. There is a women's bodybuilding category where we do look for size, but in a women's, let's say, figure category, we're looking for that nice V taper in the back, and we're looking for good shoulders, strong quads. But we're not looking for excessive size, we're not looking for excessive leanness. Likewise, in our bikini category, we're looking for nice muscularity, but not excessive size or excessive leanness.
Does personality and like crowd interaction and stuff like that go into some of the judging as well?
Yes, very much so. Not so much the crowd. We don't necessarily decide based on what the crowd tells us, but we do look at how the person reacts, how they walk on stage, how they actually, sometimes people fall over their shoes. And that's one of the things we'll see, how well do they actually present themselves, and what does their confidence look like?
And confidence plays a big part of it, I'm sure. Well, thank you guys very much for being on Outlaw Sports Entertainment. Appreciate you guys taking a moment. And here's Brian over here. handing out some candy and stuff as well.
Our
So
sponsor.
appreciate you, guys. Bring me to the INBA bodybuilding. Give me candy. Know them very well. My daughter wants some, by the way. And anyway, thank you guys from the Outlaw Michael Tomsick and Outlaw Sports Entertainment.